Trey Bain here with Analytics 8. I'm going to show you how to use geospatial analytics to determine where your stores, branches, etc. are in proximity to each other and their competitors. In addition, I'm going to overlay demographic information that we pull free from the census data. This will allow you to make informed decisions about which locations could be consolidated or retooled that have minimum impact, thus saving costs associated with rent and HR costs. Please take note though, the app I'm going to show you today focuses on data set for banks. The same solution can be built with any other company that has physical locations. Let's begin. To start, we're going to explain the visuals that we're going to see on the map. There will be a total of 5 feature layers we'll be discussing that will be visible on the map at some point in time. The orange points represent the client's bank branches. The blue points will represent the customers of the client that visit one of those branches. The green points will show any potential competitors to our client, the bank, and gray polygons that will show a branch's territory. Finally, we're going to overlay census polygons that will be in a gradient of purple based on some metric that pulled from the external free census data, such as household income, age ranges, etc. The first visual we're going to see show all of our locations and customers. Now at this zoom level, it's difficult to see any specifics. However, the concentration of customers, remember that's the blue points, in the central region seem like a good place to begin our optimization analysis. To get a better look, we'll drill down to look at the area and look at it more closely. You'll notice that when we drill down, a few things changed. First, the competitor, that's the green points, have disappeared. Second, the census block polygons have been added. Rest assured that the competitor points have not been removed from the data set. We've just turned them off. We'll turn them back on later whenever they're more relevant to our analysis. Now the census data has been added to show the concentration of homes that are occupied. The darker the color, the more homes are occupied. As mentioned, the census data is from a free public data source, and it's useful here because it adds valuable context to our data. Sadly, too often external data sources are ignored by our clients. That's because they don't know about them or they don't know how best to integrate them. And there's so much more we could say about external data sources, but right now is not really the time. Perhaps we'll create another video showing that at some point. For now, let's keep looking at what opportunities we have to optimize our existing physical locations. We can see that the heavy concentration of customers, once again the blue points, is centered around the 2 branches, which are the orange points, on the left-hand side. The concentration within the branch territory shows that these branches service a large number of our customer base. As we look to the right, we can see that branches that service a smaller number of customers are in close proximity to one another. See, in more profitable times, these branches likely served as an opportunity to expand the bank's market into areas where many homes were on the market and vacant. We know that many homes are on the market due to the light color of the census polygons. Remember, the light color says there's a high level of vacancy in these particular areas. Looking closer, we see that the 3 branches are in very close proximity to one another. We know from the client's data that one of these branches primarily services college students, while another provides drive-through service, and yet one more is a full-service branch. It goes to reason that these banks may be providing duplicate services and are in close proximity to one another, and might not all be necessary to meet the current customer demand. Let's investigate a little bit further to see what we can find out about each one of these branches. First, we've already discussed that all 3 sit in an area with a high vacancy, but the one at the top covers a large area with vacancy. See how the bank market, represented by the gray polygon, overlaps the census block, represented by the purple polygons? This might be valuable information since the original reason for their placement was to gain market share and housing loans while there was a lot of vacancy in a growing market. Now that we've reduced our data set to 3 branches that may be duplicating efforts, we can dive deep on each one. The first stop is looking at the pop-ups. They can provide a lot of valuable information on a branch-by-branch basis. They give us additional information about that specific branch by simply clicking on it. The pop-ups can contain a lot of information, but we're going to focus on payroll and utility costs for each branch. We can see that the Richland County branch and Assembly branch have significantly higher payroll and utilities than the Columbia, Maine branch. Though all three branches served a purpose during very profitable times, the overall cost of running a branch that costs much more to maintain may not be the best solution for times that are leaner. A second way of digging into additional branch-specific information is by using Google Street View. By double-clicking on the point within the same application, it takes us to a Google Street View image. The main branch, as we can see in the image, sits in a high-rise. It is a highly accessible area to business downtown, as well as the daily business traffic of customers that are downtown for work every single day. In addition, the name on the top of the high-rise building adds value to the brand name and recognition that we need so desperately in this particular market. The Assembly Street branch has only a drive-through. The building appears dated due to its purchase from a historical bank that was once in the area. Access to the building is also limited due to location. It does, however, provide drive-through service that's not available at the main branch downtown. Looking at the Richland County branch, we can see that it's in a nondescript building downtown. Its main attraction is its proximity to the college campus and serving a central place at a county level. From the information so far, it looks like our client should reconsider the usefulness of the Assembly and Richland County branches. Both cost significantly more to run and offer seemingly less in value than the Columbia, Maine branch. But let's not be quick to jump to conclusions. We should consider the ramifications to the customer base if they were to close one branch and redistribute those resources. Now we can add the competitor points, the green dots, back in. We can see that some are near our client's branches. If our client were to close one of our branches, it's possible they would lose the customers to competitors. That said, it appears that the close proximity of our client's other branches makes the loss of significant customers highly unlikely. Now that we've spent some time investigating our current expenditures and risks that are associated with each location, it will be simpler to decide how to redistribute our resources. If we were to close the Richland County branch, we could save an estimated $1.3 million in expenses. In addition, it's likely that the customer base would simply move over to the Assembly branch due to its close proximity and drive-through access, a feature that's being used more and more frequently now due to social distancing requirements in our area. As you can see, using the data provided by the bank and free data accessible through Google and the census, we were able to quickly find which locations are likely to meet new customer demands and which are not. If you need help analyzing data to make similar decisions, please reach out. Thanks.